And Khalwale, you know, the rock and hard place that you're talking about, the political impact and the hot potato, is he was saying that even if you were to give austerity measures, it would still have to pass through Parliament. If you are to cut budgets, and the same people you want to cut budgets from are the ones who are going to approve whether this finance bill passes through. And we locked in a circumlocucious argument, to use them for my age's terms, because if you cut down those budgets and go to the National Assembly, they simply won't pass it.
You can see my fears at the beginning of the discussion about the politics of taxation. The reason why you see my brother Richard Onyonga rolling like a snowball is because
of where I stand.
It's not because he's an economist, but he's focused on the politics of taxation. Good enough. Many Kenyans know that one of the great thinkers, political thinkers of the past, Prime Minister Winston Churchill, spoke very strongly on the issue of taxation. And he said, trying to tax a country into prosperity is like asking a man to stand in a bucket and lift himself up. It's impossible. That was Winston Churchill. Having said that,
so we can't tax ourselves to prosperity?
No, you cannot.
That one, there's no way.
You cannot. You try it even now. Bring a bucket there. Stand in that bucket, hold the handle and go lift yourself up. How will you go up? So, where are we?
Yeah.
To me, we do not have to reinvent the wheel. We look at the best international practices. What have the so-called advanced economies done? There is a sector within the larger economy called the service sector. If you go to the US, you go to the UK, you go to Germany, the service sector is the one which represents the bigger portion of the economy. Unlike what African countries believe, that producing goods and producing products will improve the economies. Yes, it does. But the way to go is the service sector. Let me give you two examples of Brazil and Kenya. Brazil, with her population of around 200 million people, whatever they produce, they already have 200 million people to consume. In Kenya, we have a population of 57 million people, if you count right from the small ones. That is a huge market. If we give services to these 57 million people, we are growing our economy. If, for example, instead of taxation, we say that we already have a template in Rimuru. This country is able to produce shoes. We have a template. All we have to do is to expand it. We have the raw materials. You saw the minister tell us yesterday that we have the capacity to export 700,000 heads of cattle.
To Malaysia.
Per year. To India or to where?
Malaysia.
To Malaysia in a year. So these raw materials that we have, we can make shoes. These shoes, we start by selling to 57 million Kenyans. After that, we go into the expanded East African community economy, thanks to the common market protocol of the East African community. The new East African community market has got a population of 300 million people. And we are the big boys, completely unmatched. We can go there. Instead of me being forced to buy a shoe made from Turkey or Italy. And I hear, you guys can confirm, I hear that people in Turkey don't keep cattle. So they get they get our hides and skin.
They take them there.
Then they make shoes for us.
Then
and yet we are already able
to have the
to make the shoes.
So we have the raw material.
We have the raw materials. We have the template in Limuru. That should not be the case. No. So it brings me to the need for us to make gains on the service economy of the larger economy.
Okay.
How do we do that? That we can only achieve that by making government efficient.
Okay.
And having a populace that appreciates that what you pay for eventually comes back to you by way of service. I have seen, I go to hardwares and I'm in a crowd. You see the owner of the hardware says, unataka receipt? Kama utaki nikuuzie at a lower price. So the person who is refusing the receipt doesn't know that he is shortchanging the economy. Yeah. So you need this civic education to the public, make the government efficient. I know my brother, who is an economist, is very unhappy with David Ndii.
Yeah.
But Ndii was saying something very important. He was speaking to what becomes of the money which is wasted. He spoke to only one side. One of the areas where we think we waste money is government goes into seminars and retreats. So that's one way of wasting. But that is the smaller one. The bigger one is where the tomcats in government, they just siphon the money out of the economy. How do they do that? After they have gotten a big project, they are paid, there is capital flight, they go and invest the money
abroad. Dubai.
It was you guys from the media who told us that the Kenyatta family has stored billions of dollars in offshore accounts. That's where the problem is. But the money spent by civil servants in Mombasa, hotels, in Nairobi, in Kisumu and everywhere, that is not wastage. The money is spent within the economy, so the money does not leave the economy. It gives birth to jobs of Kenyans, for Kenyans. So I agree with David Ndii. Okay. What we should fix is these tomcats who then siphon the money out of the economy.
Okay.